I've never known silence. As far back as I can remember, I've never been without a background of tinnitus. It was the sound of warm summer nights with still air and the serenade of cicadas. It was like my own internal static that floated me off to sleep in the dark, soft, supposedly quiet bedrooms and flats and dormitories insulated in the bowels of many a high-rise building. It varied. I only noticed it when my day was quiet, when I'd stopped, or when someone mentioned it. And then it would take over my whole thoughts. I could not run for it, even from it. Even if I ran, exercise only replaced it with noisy breathing and a pounding pulse. Like many of my male relatives, I started to lose hearing in my left ear. I had headphones with individual volume control, and over the last 40 years, I progressively have to turn up the volume on the one ear. So it's now my turn now, I would think. The hearing in my other ear was normal. I was told it was nerve deafness and a hearing aid would not help. Later, I was offered a cochlear implant, but I'd had so much surgery that in other areas, that I could not even bear the thought of having more. My hearing got worse. Suddenly, I realised I could no longer detect where a sound came from. I'd lost directional hearing. "I'm here," they'd say. "Thanks very much. Where's that?" I would reply. Then the vertigo attacks came. So it's my turn now, I thought, just like so many of my other relatives before me. Intermittently, then frequently, it got worse. I sought help for it, but just being stoic was not enough. I had the trio of tinnitus, vertigo, and deafness. Well, my doctors were kind but blunt. It's not a cancer. It's not a tumour. It's not Alzheimer's, though you're old enough for it. Thank you, I said. But they said that they would do what they could for me. They would progressively use a series of treatments until I responded. But I had to leave my job as I was getting an attack of vertigo every 2 days. I could not read for more than 60 minutes a day, and that was torture. I tried the diet, no caffeine, no alcohol, and on top of the celiac disease that I've got, it limited my dietary choices quite a lot. As I said, I had to stop consulting, and it was only after 18 months away from the surgery that the vertigo stopped. The medication and time finally helped. Well, I've got my life back now. The tinnitus is still there, and I'm still deaf in one ear, but I know the uses of distraction, of background noise, and the use of mindfulness. I'm told that many people have tinnitus, and one of my colleagues did a study where he placed people in an ultra-quiet room and detected that 25% of people will have tinnitus. But for me, it was obvious since I was a child.